The Green Bay Packers just got news every team dreads. I'm going to explain what I mean by that here in a second. If you've been listening to the channel but haven't subscribed yet, please take a second to show your support. Hit that subscribe button. Okay, so let's jump into it. This is very frustrating, very upsetting news, I'm sure, for the Packer organization. If you've all heard, Romeo Dobbs was out missing practice Thursday and Friday due to personal reasons. And there's a whole lot of reasons why people could be missing due to personal reasons. And it's absolutely excusable to be out due to personal reasons, because that could encompass a lot of things. But in this particular case, for the Green Bay Packers receiver, Romeo Dobbs, it's absolutely inexcusable, super frustrating. What is it? Well, the Green Bay Packers checked in on Romeo Dobbs, who was at his house, just kind of chilling there. Not up, he's just upset. And it goes on to say here he's upset with the opportunities in the passing game, or in this particular case, the lack thereof. Super upsetting and frustrating news, because the Green Bay Packers are already down a wide receiver in Christian Watson, who's out with that kind of high ankle sprain. So the Packers already down a wide receiver. Romeo Dobbs taking it upon himself to punish the rest of the offense, punish the rest of the 52 guys on the team by sitting out, because he's not happy with his lack of targets. And we're going to dive into that here in a second. Super upsetting news. So where do the Packers go from here? Of course, everybody's going to want to talk, and everybody's going to want to give their opinion on this. Romeo Dobbs landing spots. So of course, the first response is, okay, well, this dude's sitting out. Is he going to hold out? What's going on there? So where could the Packers trade him if they could trade him? The Chiefs, of course, being a destination, the Steelers and Commanders, those are already spots for Davante Adams being mentioned. Obviously, the Chiefs without Rice is of course, a destination for Romeo Dobbs, but I don't think the Packers need to assess and look at trading this dude right away. If it were me, I'd be like, dude, if you're going to sit and you're going to try to punish us, I'm not sure where the counsel is coming from. I'm not sure if this is coming from an agent. If so, this dude needs to be fired, because what terrible counsel. Romeo Dobbs is coming up on the final year of his rookie contract, which means this dude could be due for a payday. What a bad way to try to convince the Packers or any other organization out there that you need to get paid. This is not a good step forward. Very terrible counsel, whoever is advising Romeo Dobbs of this. In fact, if one guy that I'm going to mention, Malik Willis for the Packers, what a guy to look up to, what a guy to, if you're an athlete or a professional athlete, and Romeo Dobbs' case, it's right there in your locker room. You don't have to look too far to go and look at how this dude responded to when playing the Tennessee Titans, when asked, is this a revenge game for you? And his response was absolutely full of integrity, a very good response. And he's just like, why on earth would I want revenge on a team that gave me a paycheck? I received a paycheck, right? And it's like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so why would I want to get back at a team that brought me into the league, saw something in me, gave me an opportunity, and then gave me a paycheck on top of that? Romeo Dobbs should be looking to Malik Willis in this particular case, because let's take a look at the non-targets or the low targets that he's supposedly getting. Number one on the list for the Green Bay Packers in targets is Davian Wicks. 22 targets, 8 receptions. Not too successful when you talk about targets to catch ratio. Davian Wicks there, but this is a dude. Davian Wicks, if you remember Davante Adams with the Packers, his second year, his sophomore year with the Packers, he struggled. The Packers kept targeting him, and he kept dropping some balls, but because they saw something in that, they saw something in the potential there. Aaron Rodgers, obviously, with his camaraderie with Davante Adams, there was something there. You see the same type of camaraderie between Jordan Love and Davian Wicks. So maybe Romeo Dobbs is reading the writing on the wall of just like, okay, he's obviously got his favorite target in Davian Wicks. Obviously, this is coming off of Wednesday, so maybe they came up with a game plan that wasn't conducive to throwing the ball a lot to Romeo Dobbs. Either way, it's absolutely inexcusable for a player to be sitting out, punishing an already depleted wide receiving room because you're not getting targeted enough. Well, let's take a look at Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed also targeted 22 times, 17 receptions, more productive, 336 yards. We already did a video on this dude being the most productive slot receiver by a lot out there. Jaden Reed deserves the targets. What he is doing out on the football field, how defenses are having to plan differently because that dude is out on the field doing what he's doing. He is owed the targets. He's involved in the run game. He has nine carries. I'm sorry, 6 carries for 91 yards and a touchdown. He's also got 2 receiving touchdowns. So where's Romeo Dobbs on this list? He's got 19 targets. That's only 3 less than Wicks and Jaden Reed. So unless this dude thinks he's Devontae Adams and he needs a whole lot of targets out there, I'm not quite sure. Nothing's quite making any sense. And keep in mind, the Packers did start Malik Willis for 2 games. So obviously not going to be pass heavy during those games. So I'm not understanding the quote unquote pity party that's coming out of Romeo Dobbs's corner right now. Again, terrible counsel that's coming in his corner. 12 receptions for 19 on 19 targets. If anybody's got reason to complain, it would be Christian Watson. But Christian Watson knows that, hey, listen, I've been screwing this team over, not due to any part in his favor. It just happens to be bad luck in the fact that this dude is just injury prone. And it usually is his hamstrings. This time it's an ankle sprain, which obviously that looked like a nasty ankle sprain. He's only been targeted 8 times. So if anybody has reason to complain, if you're going to call it that, it would be him. But if you are the Green Bay Packers, how do you respond? Where do you go from here? Well, the Packers, Brian Gutekunst, if there's a GM you want in your corner making a good, rash decision, I think he responds absolutely perfect. Schefter tweeted out the Packers announced that they are placing wide receiver Romeo Dobbs on the reserve/suspended list for one game of conduct detrimental to the team. And that's absolutely what that is conduct detrimental to the team. I'm not quite sure why he thinks punishing the rest of the offense is going to bode well for him. And if he's looking to get traded, I hope the Packers almost sit on the dude. To be quite frankly honest with you, it's super frustrating to me. Any time I see character issues like this in some of these players out there that think they should be deserved to do something that they haven't earned yet. So if you're the Green Bay Packers and you're Bo Melton, you've got to be chomping at the bit for an opportunity. Well, here you go. Bo Melton already given the opportunity because Christian Watson has the ankle sprain. So he already was going to be seeing significant playing time. So Bo Melton's got to be chomping at the bit. Malik Heath, he's got to be chomping at the bit. And keep in mind, these two are very talented wide receivers and can easily be productive, probably as productive as Romeo Dobbs. So Romeo Dobbs, unfortunately for him, leave your comments. Let me know what you guys think. Are you as frustrated as I am with all of this? Unfortunately for the Packers, I'm sure the Packers would want to be focusing their attention on winning and getting good results out there on the football field, not dealing with this garbage drama coming um, um, by Romeo Dobbs. Leave your comments, and as always, go Pack Go.